Good morning, friends. Today is May 5th, 2020. So take your finger and write it with me. May is number 5, 5, dash 5, dash 20. All right, here we go. Dear amazing first graders, good morning. Today is Terrific Tuesday. I have terrific news. We have read over 700 books in Epic. Wow! Let's set a new goal. How about we go for 1,000 books by the end of the school year? I know we can do it. So log into Epic, read those books, and I bet we can get there before the end of the school year. Today in Seesaw is a new graphing worksheet and a long I sort. When you complete the long I sort, be sure to record yourself reading the words to me. That's the last step of that paper. There's a little microphone, so it says click the microphone on your screen and it will record. Have a great day, and remember to be kind. Love, Mrs. Worth. Let's look at the long I words that we're going to have this week. Okay, there are a few ways we're going to make the long I sound, and yesterday you were introduced to those ways. Let's go ahead and look at these words. Here's the first word, my, try, sky, oops, fly, buy, dry, pie, cried, night, light. And here's what would be our challenge words. Myself and brighter, brighter. So they put an ending on that one. So let's grab our highlighter and let's highlight how they made the long I sound in each of these. My, I, it's the Y. Try, it's the Y. Sky, Y. Fly, Y. Buy, Y. Dry, Y. Now here they change it up. They have two vowels walking. So we know the rule that the first one does the talking and then the other vowel is just quiet. So he's going to say his name, which is I, pie. And that's our long I sound. Cried. They have the long I in the middle of the word there. Night. This is a silly one. Listen to the sounds we hear. N, I, t. Night. We don't even hear the GH. There are ghosts in the middle of the word, but they go with that I to make that long I sound. Light does the same thing. And then we have a compound word, myself. I hear the long I after the sound. I, self. Go ahead and highlight that Y for the long I sound. And brighter, meaning it's more bright because it has that ER sound at the end or that ending. Again, it's the IGH making that long I sound. Okay, let's talk about math. Today you're going to be taking your tally marks and making them into a bar graph. So here's a picture of what that might look like. This was a tally graph or a tally chart that told us our favorite dinosaur. So here were the three kinds of dinosaurs that you could choose from. Stegosaurus, Triceratops, or T-Rex. There was one tally for Stegosaurus, so one person total. Triceratops, we learned yesterday that when there's a little bundle like this, that means 5. So we say 5, 6, 6 people total. T-Rex, we have a bundle of 5, 6, 7, total of 7. Then what they did over here is they made what's called a bar graph, and it has the title at the top, our favorite dinosaur. Down the side, it has the number of students that chose a certain dinosaur, and down here are the 3 types. And they went ahead and colored the number of boxes they needed to show how many students chose each type. So Triceratops had 6, so they colored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. And if we go to the top of that last box, it should come all the way across to where the number 6 is and match up. I have a video for you guys to watch now that's going to talk a little bit more about bar graphs. So here we go.
Hello, welcome back. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at a worksheet, and the name of our worksheet is called Jane's Pencil Case. And we've got Jane here, and here's her pencil case that she keeps all of her things in. What we're going to do is we're going to first look at the directions. The directions say, look at the bar graph of things in Jane's pencil case and answer the questions. Check the right answers. So this is a bar graph. A bar graph is a graph that represents information. So let's look at both sides of this graph here. The first side has some numbers, starting 1, going all the way up to 7. This side down here has different categories, and the categories are pens, pencils, erasers, and rulers. So these are the things that are in Jane's pencil case, and these bars go up to different numbers. Like pens goes up to 6, pencils go all the way up to 7. So each one of these represents a different number, and that tells us how many things are in her case. So let's look at the questions here and let's answer our questions. Number 1 says, how many pens are there in the pencil case? So let's go to our graph. The question is asking, and I'm actually going to circle this. Sometimes I like to do this. I like to circle so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So how many pens are there in the pencil case? So we're going to go up in our graph and we're going to find pens, and that's this first one right here. And we're going to count how many there are in her pencil case. Our bar graph shows us that it goes all the way up here. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes all the way up right here to 6. So there are 6 pens in her pencil case. So we're going to check the correct answer right here. So I'm going to put a check next to the number 6. Okay. Number 2 says, how many erasers are there? I'm going to underline that, and then I'm going to go up and find erasers. I've got pens, pencils, erasers. There it is. So there's erasers. How many erasers are there? Well, let's look. It goes all the way up to here. We don't even have to count them. We're going to go all the way across, and we're going to measure. Where does that go to? It goes to the number 3, right? So we've got 3 erasers. So I'm going to put a check right here next to the number 3. Okay, the next one says, how many pencils are there in the case? I'm going to underline that. How many pencils? Let's go up. Let's find our pencils. Pens, pencils, there it is. So it says how many pencils are in the case. And we're not going to count them. We're just going to look at our bar graph. Where does the top of this bar go up to? It goes all the way up to the number 7, right? So that's our correct answer. So we're going to come down here. We've got 10, 9, there it is, 7 right here. Okay. How many pens and pencils are there together? Now this one's kind of tricky because we're looking for pens and we're looking for pencils. And then when it says how many are there together, what does that mean that we need to do with those two numbers? Do we need to add them or do we need to subtract them? We need to add them, right? When you say how many are there together, the word together is kind of a clue word to let us know that we need to add. So let's write over to the side on the board here, how many pens are there? And we already found the answer, but the answer for pens is there's 6. So we're going to take 6 and then we're going to add how many pencils are there. How many pencils did we say there are? There are 7, right? So we're going to add these together. Now, if you already know how to add them, you already know what the answer is, or we can do something else. We can draw a picture, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to count on to 6, but I'm going to draw 7 items here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want you to count with me. We're going to count on to 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So our answer is going to be 13. So let's come down here and find that answer. And there it is. It's the first one, isn't it? 13 all together. Okay, and then we're going to go to our last one. You're doing such a great job of reading that data in our graph and answering our questions. Number 5 says, how many things are there in all in Jane's pencil case? Okay, so what exactly is that question asking? Let's read it again. How many things are there in all in Jane's pencil case? Well, how many are there in all? What is that asking us to do? Think about it. In all of them means that we have to do what? We have to add all of these numbers of the items in her pencil case, okay? Let's just write out each one of these. So how many pens are there? I'm going to keep organized. I'm going to write pens, and then I'm going to add pens, okay? And then I'm going to add pencils. How many pencils are there? There's 7 pencils. And I want to write pencils underneath so I know that I've done that one. Pencils plus erasers. How many erasers? There are 3 erasers. I'm going to write erasers. And then plus our rulers. How many rulers are there? There's just 1 ruler, right? So we're going to add all of these numbers together, okay? So this is what we're going to do. The pens plus pencils, the 6 plus 7, we know that that is 13, right? So we're going to add on to 13. We're going to add 3 plus 4. So I'm going to write this over to the side. 13, which is our 6 plus our 7, plus 3 plus 1. Okay, and I'm going to write it this way so we can add it all up. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, okay? And then I'm going to take the 1 and I'm going to bring it down, which gives me this answer. This is how many things there are in all in Jane's pencil case. So what is the answer? The answer is 17. So let's find that down here and put a check next to the number 17. Great job. This is really difficult to do because there's a lot of things that you had to think about. You had to figure out how many things there were in the chart and what the chart meant, what it was talking about, and then you had to answer all of these questions. And on 4 and 5, we had to add them up and do something with that information. That was a lot of really hard work today, but you guys did an amazing job. I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.
All right, friends, so I know that was a little long and that last one was really hard, but I wanted you to see that for just a little bit extra information on graphs. Have a terrific Tuesday, and let me know if you need anything. I miss you. Bye.